Okay, so this year, Marjorie Taylor Greene has differentiated herself from Trump in a positive way, I think. She stayed true to the MAGA mantra, which is to put America first, whatever that means. I'm not going to say if what she says is first for America is what it should be first, but to put America first always as a politician and avoid getting caught in the trap of lobbyists. She criticized him for his bombings in Iran and for his deep complicit involvement with the genocide going on in Gaza. Her reason for this was not so much a moral reason, but she was saying that it's a distraction from domestic problems and policies which need to be addressed. And he's doing it on the behest of APAC, which is for all purposes, it's a foreign entity, which should have no say on American policy. Lately, she's even gone beyond what you could call the party line and gone against the cutting of subsidies for Obamacare or whatever the other name of it is, but it's Obamacare. And that's amazing because that's something that was brought in by the Democrats. And she's saying that Trump and the rest of the Republicans are very wrong for putting that in jeopardy because a lot of her constituents who are Republicans and who she's representing depend on those subsidies. She's also called Trump out for his being coy and somehow hesitant to have the Epstein files released, and saying that it's the duty of the president or a politician to bring clarity to the American people. She's differentiated herself a lot on Trump, especially on the amount of money that's being spent on defense, and she's saying it's unnecessary. She even went so far as to vote no against the National Defense Bill. I think it's the NDAA bill. She voted no on that, saying that it's not the time right now to be spending tons of money on military and stuff like that when we're having domestic issues and an economy that's not in very good shape. But now I want to call her out as perhaps not being the person who's so genuine and authentic and standing up for America, but also playing games just like Trump. And here's why I'm calling her out. It comes to be, and I think she's saying this to preempt somebody else bringing it up. She said that that NDAA bill, which is going to be spending billions on foreign interests and on military and on defense unnecessarily, that she actually voted yes for a rule change in it. And this rule change will make it easier for it to pass once it goes to Senate and in the House. And it probably will pass. So it's funny that she actually voted no for the bill. She voted no for the bill when it got into Congress, but she voted yes prior to the bill for a rule, which makes it a lot easier for the bill to pass. So what she's actually done is she's basically virtually made it easier for the bill that she voted no and she's against to pass. But there's a catch here. She's saying that she did that because by doing that, lawmakers agreed to pass a bill for her, which makes it illegal or prohibits gender assignment for minors. So this is funny. She's saying that she said yes to making a bill that she doesn't want to go through that's bad for America, that puts billions of dollars into spending on weapons rather than worrying about domestic issues. She said yes, not to it being passed, but to it being easier to pass, but only because she can get her bill passed, which also meets what America wants first if you believe that transgender assignment is a sin or shouldn't be done for kids. So what she's saying is that she compromised her principles a little bit to advance her principles also with respect to the gender assignment thing. It's very complex philosophically. If I want to say that that makes her a hypocrite, because she can just say, well, she's getting one thing and getting another, and she voted no in the future. But by voting yes to that rule, she made it easier for it to get passed. But to be honest with you, I think it's more symbolic that that bill is going to get passed no matter what she does. But sometimes you have to stick to your principles. You can't say yes to anything that goes against your ideology, even if it means you can't get something else, which is the gender assignment. So I want to say there that that's sort of a dodgy or a suspect move that she made. And it just goes to show that, like anybody else, she's playing political games. I will give her credit for voting no against the Defense Act bill when it was time to vote on it, but it's still strange that she made it easier for the bill to get passed by voting yes earlier. All of this, I think, is inconsequential because once again, these bills would have been passed anyway. And going back to that gender assignment bill, it was embedded inside of the bill for the National Defense Act. So she compromised though. And we don't know if during this period where you want to put America first, you want to compromise. Now, I also want to say that this gender assignment issue is not as dire or not as urgent to Americans as the fact that our government is owned by APAC and keeps spending all of this money on war and on defense industry. So my thing is that if she has any common sense, she should be prioritizing that and not making it easier for that type of bill to pass, even though she votes no against it later. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that she's she's wrong. If you really want to put America first, you don't help in any way for the process of the NDA bill going forward because it's a bill that's causing the social upheaval and the economic distress in America, which is the amount of money that we're spending on military. She shouldn't vote yes to anything that has to do with that, even if it's just a preliminary rule. So we're going to keep an eye on her to see if she really is who she says she is and cares about America first. Because if she cares about America first, gender assignment is important, but it's not so important that you compromise your stance or the way you operate when it comes to a bill which is spending billions, causing wars all over the world, causing security problems for America, and causing economic problems because we're spending way too much money on this, and it's affecting everything. It's affecting the shut. It's part of the cause of the shutdown of the government. It's part of the cause of the fact that we're not getting health care. It's part of the problem that we have inflation and everything else because all of our whole economy is based on funneling money into wars and into foreign interests, which only help bankers. What are your thoughts? What do you think about Marjorie Taylor Greene? I got my MAGA hat for her. I'm still going to dip it and say she's part of it. Trump isn't part of it, but we have to keep a close eye on her and tell her to be very careful. Thank you.